My parents were groomed and manipulated for 2.5 years. This family they were our best friends. He was our best friend.
What do you want to say to the public who maybe like me,
right,
were saying out loud, are you kidding me? Why didn't these parents do more?
They would have done more if they had seen more. It's 2.5 years to build ultimate trust with individual members of a family is something that happens slowly, but it happens because you're frequently with those people. It's the 70s. They don't know what a pedophile is, so there is some naivety there. But my parents weren't stupid. You have to imagine the person that you would sign paperwork to say, if I die, you take care of my kids. That's how close we were to this family. So first of all, people don't want to believe that they aren't seeing something that's in their own family or in their own congregation or in their own neighborhood. But that's because we have a bias. The person we trust and love, we're not going to see the little subtle warning signs because we don't want to, first of all. So that's really the crux of that story.
I was talking to my mother about it, and she said, at the end of the day, there's no time I would ever let you go as a 12-year-old girl somewhere with a 40-year-old man. It just wouldn't happen.
You don't have an uncle or somebody in your family that you would go...
Different.
No, it's not different. See, that's what I'm saying. It's not different. That's what people want to believe, that this is different. Yeah. It is not different. This is the person that you trust most, who's become like your second father. It is not some out-of-the-blue thing. The favorite uncle, the favorite school teacher, the favorite guy at church that you're doing the service projects with, the favorite, and that's who this guy was.
Your dad has since passed away since the filming of this documentary. What do you think he would make of all of this?
My dad was such a good man, and he was so embarrassed that we never thought that he would talk about it on camera, because it was just that one experience. But then, of course, Berchtold accused him of many other things. And I think he took the guilt and shame of that to his grave because, you know... You
could see it on his face during the documentary.
Yeah.
You could see that it was the thing that really broke him.
Dads take it on. They're supposed to protect their little girls. He didn't see it. I don't think he ever fully forgave himself, even though I worked really hard at trying to help him see you were groomed and manipulated too. I have to just say I'm kind of glad that he had bone cancer. We didn't want him to suffer anyway, but it would have been hard on him, to have all of the, the negative parts. But at the same time, he said, when we went and saw the documentary and a lot of his friends and family were there, and he said, I'm ready, because if my part can help somebody else avoid doing something stupid, and maybe that will save their child's life, they don't even know it yet, but it might, then I'm okay with it. And my mom was the same way. She went back to school after all of us graduated and became a social worker.
Really?
Placed hundreds of kids in foster care, good foster homes and adoptive homes, and lobbied before Congress to get funding to open a center for missing and exploited children in Idaho and in Utah. So my mom and dad worked really hard to try to make up for their indiscretion, and not seeing what they eventually, of course they saw, but they were sick and brokenhearted.
Do they understand why the public's reaction?
Oh, they do.
They do.
Yeah, they do. Because they've, I was such an idiot, or I was so stupid, or why couldn't we have seen, or why didn't we protect her and know so that she wouldn't have had to go through that? Yeah, they're my mom and dad. And if I had not had 12 amazing childhood years before I woke up in the back of that motorhome, where we ate dinner together every night, we talked, we were unconditionally loved, we were listened to, they communicated. When people say, what do I do? I'm like, sit down every day around a dinner table and eat dinner with your kids with no electronics. That's what you do, first of all, so that you build that relationship and that communication.